Just now I'd like to introduce CllrJerry Roodhouse, who is the elected County Councillor for Paddocks Ward in Rugby, and previously he's been the Mayor of Rugby, and he is also the Chair of the Smart Start 0 to 5s strategy.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rugby. I've probably had a nice, easy journey for me this morning, which is, but I do have to pay for my car parking, even though I'm an elected member here. I don't get it for free. It's been a year, June the 3rd last year, Brighton Gardens, when some of us met. And as I look around the room, I see some familiar faces from last year who gave us some challenging comments and challenging conversations. Welcome back. It's parents from around the county who've come, and it's really good to see you here today and taking the time out to work with us on this journey. And it is a difficult journey that we're actually progressing on. So a bit like Les. So why have we got Smart Start? Came through the usual elected processes and came out the other end as part of a budget. But at that point, nobody really knew where we were going with it. It was based on a lot of research and evidence that we knew nationally. And there's a lot of people in this room know that actually, if we can get the foundation years, the early years right, actually, we can actually do a good job for that next generational. So it's not about the next election for the elected members. This is a generational change that we're looking at, and how can we do that? And we know that we've got to do this with an ever-tightening financial regime. The climate is getting worse in relation to that. So you'll see on the banners and you'll see on the slide in front of you that we know every £1 that we can invest in the good level of development. And for those of you who've got the strategy documents in your packs, you'll find a jargon buster at the back, which will help to unpick some of this wording. And we know that actually, if we can get it right and get it going through the system correctly, we can save up to £13 in future costs. We can't achieve that just solely as a county council or as a borough council or as the NHS, though. We have to work together. So the programme, how it's developed since last year, is in 3 phases. The first phase, the 15-16, has been about the engagement, the needs assessments and the project bids. And some of those project bids are here today, and the stands will be out there, and other people, please do take time out to go and talk to those people and find out a bit more about them. As we're moving forward into phase 2, we've got the strategy document, which is with you in your packs. And I have to say, this is a live document. It's not a document which is done, sealed, finished, and on the shelf. Today is about actually improving that document and helping us shape what will be the future strategy, the way that we go forward. And then the middle there is about integration. And this is where I have to come back to all partners in the room. We have to integrate the services. We have to make them work together. If we can't do that, we'll actually be failing families and children in Warwickshire for the future. And as we move forward into the autumn, there'll be another round of smaller community grants. It's quite a clear message that's come back. If we can actually release small amounts of funding, matched funding, some stuff to help people get going again, that will help and oil the wheels going forward. So we're not talking about mega grants, we're talking actually small grants. And we're looking to county councillors and parish councils and community organisations to help with that, to oil that forward. The final phase, 17-18, will continue to deliver and build on the strategy that's been developed, and then we'll get the evaluation and legacy. So you'll see in the strategy documents that you've got with you, and this is where a picture that you'll become more and more aware of, what we're aiming for. And this is around the good levels of development. And you'll see there, and I think Helen's going to be going into a bit more detail about this, Helen King, around it, but it will give the outcomes where we're looking for ready schools, ready children and ready families. Les talked about the school readiness, and one of the areas that the group has been talking about as we've gone forward, yes, that is school readiness, but it's also about the whole family and the whole community approach of how we go forward as well. So hence why one of the bids with the Soil Association, food, healthy living styles, it all builds in. The child poverty strategy and all the other strategies need to bolt into that and take us forward. And we can only achieve that, and I'll keep repeating it, is through by working together. We have to integrate our services to deliver the outcomes that we're going to have to get to. I mentioned about an ever-tightening financial regime. You know, it's quite clear that there'll be future budget rounds which will come through not just on the county council but local districts and elsewhere, and the NHS are working through particular financial savings at the moment, that we can only achieve the outcomes that we want if we can actually all work together on the same journey for those outcomes. It won't be easy, it'll be difficult. These sort of journeys usually are. But what we have to remember is not our organisations or who we're working for or what our budgets or what our silos are. Actually, what are we trying to achieve? And I think what we're trying to achieve is the best outcome, the best start for families, children, because that's the future generations who are actually going to build and go forward. And if we get that wrong, you know, we're making a right mess up of things. Thank you.